I say, just look at them. All their cute little faces. All their evil little intentions in their mind. But they are the future. This is where you lay the foundation. And that's why it's imperative that, we put our best and our brightest when it comes to teaching our kids. And this poem centers around that. It's called Life's TA. And I hope you enjoy it. You see, I heard about a little Asian boy, watch another Asian boy get his butt beat by some savages. Asked him why he didn't intervene. He said, I'm not going to get my face beat for some random kid. And he said, he ain't even my race, my type, my kind. Forget the prospect of my face getting wrapped up in bandages, and forget that kid for causing trouble instead of ducking down and staying hid. Now, what type of stuff is that? Hating on each other, divided by the petty differences of ethnic labels. That's like hating on each other just because our clothes be rocking different labels. We strive so hard to rep our nations, yet we forget to stick it together as one. We forget we family, we blood, we forget that we all Asian. Y'all want to know the triviality of labels. I'm Taiwanese, but got people saying, well, in the summer you look Vietnamese, and in the winter you look kind of Korean, but how come every day you act like you were some type of black Cuban? You see how all this labeling causes mass confusion, but back to the now, you see, I got issues with individuals being in positions of power, but not leading. They just want to get theirs, and when they do, they run and leave their families waiting. Fake dudes perpetrating as if they concentrating on the community, but wake up from their illusion, ninja. They just caught you daydreaming. So to all my fake dudes, check yourself. Because I'm about to Obama your reign. Because it's time for a change that we can believe in. Yes, we can. My man, I need you to step down because you're just wasting space, and you need to shut up so I need this oxygen in order to properly exclamate on how we need to provide for our seeds, stop our money-hungry ways in order to turn over a new leaf. Because while brothers try to elicit that change, we've got brothers too concerned with trying to solicit that change, just so they can drive the newest range. Pants sagging low for them trying to pocket their shame. I don't need to call out no names. They're the ones who fed off your hope just to abandon you for that money, power, and fame. You see, we ain't got no textbook leaders. We ain't had no Martin. We ain't had no Malcolm. Even if we did, would it be any different? What if Dr. King was a Chinese preacher man named Martin Luther Lee? Or if Rosa Parks was Rosa Parks and just an Oma taking the bus from the downtown Korean mart? Would I still be called a slant-eyed Chinaman, the stereotype is part of the Asian model minority? I got my niece back home in Miami asking, Uncle Will, Dr. King said he had a dream. Do you think he meant for it to include men? Tell her, baby girl, of course. You, me, and all our peeps. But she says, Uncle Will, it's hard for me to believe when his skin is dark and my skin is yellow. You see all the other kids in class laugh when I ask because they say you Asian, you ain't black, at the most you brownish yellow. So we as the people need to find symbols of hope within our own community. Take what we can from wherever, whomever. We Asian, man, I know we ain't picky. Let me throw some examples. We're about to do battle with the darkness and evil in the world. That you need to call upon the holy Asian trinity of Bruce, Jen, and Jackie. You try not to embarrass yourself at the club, then you need to channel the flow of all 6 Jabberwockies. Cramming an hour before that chem exam, forget about calling up Professor Mikishi, man. You should have just studied. You trying to holler at girls. You summon your own inner DJ Chili Willie. That's me, right here. The imperative thing, though, is that we need to teach, regardless of whether we leaders or not, as the responsibility for youth's proper upbringing falls on the older generation of you and me. We can't rely on mom and pops because they're too busy hustling that socio-economic grind, and sometimes they don't know the difficulty of growing up American and Asian at the same time. You see, we need to teach our kids that their yellow skin is the same color as gold. That represents royalty. And then our eyes look squinted because we're always blinded by our women's sheer beauty. Teach them swag just stands for something we Asians got, pervades our existence. I'm the president, it never ends. That's why Soulja Boy always got to turn on his every time he hop out of bed, and that's why Kanye always has to go to Asia to reinvent his current state of mind. Don't pull that copycat jump, Kanye. I've seen Taiwanese grandmas rocking stunner shades since 1989. Teaching that although we may have come to America on boats, we always head back home by plane or blimp, man. That's why like a G6 be our people favorite him. I say teach them that we don't need to be a doctor or engineer to be able to succeed. We gotta remind our parents that the pursuit of happiness is the true American dream. That our children can be dancers, writers, actors, as well as scientists, doctors, and small business owners. Teach them to love themselves and not to hide themselves. Teach them that although today may be lost, that they still got tomorrow. That although we may have given up on the world and all we see are skies of gray, we need to remember our children see gray skies as a prelude to sunnier days. Remind our kids that there is an Asian Heritage Month, and then remind them to forget about it and just live for the heritage of every day, of every week, of every month. Teach our boys how to be honest men, our girls righteous women, and kiss, hug, and hold them so that maybe for a little longer they can remain our beautiful children. Lessons instilled, embraced by love, strengthened by pride. I look forward to the day when they can rise up and say to the heavens, man, I love being Asian.